Welcome to Buy, Hold, Sell. My name's Matthew Kidman, and today we have Ben Rundle from NAOS and Don Williams from Platypus, and we're talking about the stocks that bounced like a moonball out of the recent profit results. Don, I'll start with you. Primary healthcare. It's been a terrible stock for the last 2 years, but it's rallied 20-odd% since its result. Buy, hold, or sell?
Well, I'd put it on a sell. I mean, the bounce was all about how oversold the stock was. So we'd much prefer to own Ramsay Healthcare, which is a much more expensive business, but at least it's much more predictable than we think Primary is.
Okay, Ben, buy, hold, or sell?
Sell for me too. I agree. You know, it's a very heavily indebted business, very high fixed cost base. So if volumes still remain under pressure, then I think it'll be tough for them. I think you can sell the rally.
Okay, Brambles, obviously not as stressed as Primary was, but it did bounce quite hard. And it took everyone by surprise. Buy, hold, or sell?
Yeah, it did. Look, I thought the Brambles result was actually really good. Some good customer wins, good return on invested capital. It's a US dollar earner, which helps as well in the current environment. It's just a little bit expensive, so I think it's a hold for the time being.
Right, Brambles in the US mainly, Don, and the US economy seems to be slowing slightly. So buy, hold, or sell for Brambles?
Look, I'd put Brambles on a buy. I think the cost control has been quite good in the recent period for Brambles, and I think it'll keep moving up.
Okay, Worley Parsons is rallying like a stock we haven't seen for a long time. Yeah. Very exposed to oil and gas industry. Buy, hold, or sell?
For me, that's a sell. As I said before, we're quite bearish on the oil sector, and eventually I think it'll run out of steam.
It's having its couple of days in the sun. Ben, does it have a couple of months?
I think you can probably leave it at a couple of days. I think it's a sell as well. CapEx budgets for the big oil and gas majors are still coming back. I get Worley's linked to the oil price, which is having a bit of a rally here at the moment. But if I wanted to play oil, I would do it through one of the oil producers, not the service guy. So I think it's a sell.
Okay, catering, security, cleaning, Spotless, listed, downgraded. Yep. Was in the doghouse, but it is rallying.
Yeah, it is a little bit. Maybe it got oversold too much. I think it's probably a hold for the time being. I don't have any huge edge in Spotless. I am a believer in the long-term outsourcing theme. Spotless have done a pretty poor job of trying to take advantage of that to date. It has sold off, but I don't have any huge edge, so I'd say a hold for the time being.
Don, they let the market down a few months ago, but someone still wants to buy it. Buy, hold, or sell?
Look, I'd put it on a sell. I mean, that's a company I've watched for close to 2 decades, and
I think I'd say millennium.
And I think it occasionally produces good results, but it just isn't a stable business in our opinion.
Okay, job and education provider SEEK. It's actually done well. It's a growth stock, as we know, for years. It's had a result and it's gone higher. Buy, hold, or sell?
I'd put that on a buy. We don't own SEEK at the moment, but there's a lot of growth coming in the next 3 years. It's expensive on the current year's earnings, but in 3 years' time, we think it'll grow into those numbers.
Right, it's not cheap, Ben,
no.
But it seems to have reasonable growth again. Buy, hold, or sell?
Yeah, I think it's a sell because I think the market's already pricing that growth ahead of actually seeing it. They're still reinvesting in their business, but I just think you're paying too much, and everyone's assumed that growth is coming, and we've seen in the recent reporting season what happens if you don't achieve the growth that the market is expecting of you. So risk reward for me is lower. I think it's a sell.
So the dogs that are howling at the moment might sneak back into their kennel in the next few weeks.